I guess this means we can go in. We have the ID card from Chief Gant. Let's just walk in. It won't open. Aha. The card reader is turned off, see? What is that security guard thinking? Howdy, partners. Well, well. What's made my Bambina's sky so gray? Officer Marshall. Why does it have to be him? What's that why does it have to be him look for? As you may have surmised, this here's my saloon. We're here to investigate the crime scene. Yeehaw! That card you got there is on your chest. That's better than a sheriff's badge in these parts. Goodness, my voice acting has taken a dive. Hold on. That's better than a sheriff's badge in these parts. There we go. Yeehaw? Well, what you standing there for? Get along, little doggies. The crime scene's awaiting. Looks like the card reader's on again. While we're here, I was wondering if we could ask you some questions. Sorry, cowboy, but I got no mind to tangle with you hombres. You're busy then? Did I say that? I only said I didn't wish to speak with you. Actually, you said you had no mind to tangle with us hombres. But that's when we present a steak lunch. That smell. Reminds me of Texas. So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas? No, I just saw a special on television the other day. Is this from my baby? Oh, yeah, Miss Starr. What's this? What? What's wrong? A filet steak lunch. I see, I see. I don't see. I wonder what it means. Alright, Bambina. You win. Ask Finally, it seems like he's willing to talk. Officer Marshall, you're in charge of security for the evidence room, right? You got good eyes, partner. It's an easy job, and I'm grateful for it. Actually, Officer Meekins at the detention center told us. That poor little doggy. Poor guy. I keep getting his name wrong and calling him Meekly. He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station. Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this, but since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago, well, it might not look like it, but I lost my fire for the job, you know. So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place? Well, I reckon I was galloping down the highway on the back of my steed Zippy. No, he was riding down the highway on his horse named Zippy. There's no need for people here anyhow. These newfangled machines do a bang-up job of keeping an eye on the place. You mean the security camera systems? Don't take to machines much. Kinda like that stewed broccoli they sneak in next to your steak, you know? Aw, but I love that stuff. Lightly salted broccoli is so delicious. Miss Starr told us something. She said that you were a detective until 2 years ago. It was always my dream to be a rawhide wrangler on the scene of a crime. That's all gone now, like a drinking hole in a prairie fire. You're still investigating the SL9 incident with Miss Starr, aren't you? That was my case. It's all solved on the record books, but it smells like a bad game of poker. I can't let it go. That's all there is to it. What kind of case was it anyway? We've heard the name so many times, but no one tells us what exactly happened. There are some things you're better off not knowing, Bambina. Anyway, that case is officially dead as of 2 days ago. 2 days ago? The day of our case? That's right. The evidence transferals. Edgeworth was talking about the transferals too. I know what maybe 2 of the machines in here do. Only 2 of them? There must be a dozen. Like I said, Bambina, me and machines, well, I like 'em just about as much as I like stewed cauliflower with my steaks. The easiest one to understand are these here security cameras. Those are the ones that Officer Meekins mentioned. If nothing happens, the tapes are automatically erased every few hours. And Officer Meekins and Detective Goodman, are they on one of those tapes? I reckon they might be. You're the security guard and you reckon. One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card. Thus the card reader by the door. The card reader leaves a record of every ID card that passes through. All 7s? Wait. So that's how they did it. So the only connection between the 2, the only reason why they think that he was in 2 places at the same time, is because they used his ID card here. And we found it at the crime scene. But they could have just dropped it later at the crime scene. So they could have been an imposter. Also, all these other ones from the last 30 minutes are important too. Because they had to get the knife. All 7s? That's kind of interesting. Sorry, Bambina, I can't show you more than that. Huh? I haven't heard whether this is related to that case yet. Mr. Wright, I saw a number on that record just now. I've seen that number before. Maybe there's some way I can prove that record is tied to the stabbing? Sorry, but could you explain this whole transferal thing? We keep only evidence from solved cases in this room. They're kept here under the presiding detective's supervision for 2 years, so we can reinvestigate them if it turns out there was a mistake, see? So, what happens to the evidence after 2 years? It goes to sleep forever in the underground vault at the county sheriff's department. That's what we call transferal. We do it every February. I see now. Transferal is like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after a case is solved, it's closed forever. Dead. Never to be reopened again. Never to be reinvestigated. And that happened to SL9 2 days ago. Okay. See this? This is the victim's ID card. Ah, the one on the ground at the parking lot. The number on this is 5842189. Officer Marshall, show us that ID card record again. Look, the 4th number, it's a perfect match. It was used at 5:14, right before the stabbing. What's more, there's only one of them cards in the world. So when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room. But wait, what did Officer Meekins say? Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID card. So you asked the Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? Suddenly, he pointed a knife at me. If he had his ID card, then why would he point a knife at Officer Meekman? Alright, compadre, you win. I guess I can give you this ID card record. I've got an idea. Maybe I should show this list to other people with IDs here. Let's start with you. The sheriff's back in the Wild West. Didn't place much faith in evidence. About the only thing they trusted was their shooting hand. This is neither wild nor west here. But that and this are two different things entirely. I guess so? Huh? I'm lost. Looks like we need some evidence to get anywhere with this guy. Okay, yeah, alright. I guess that means we're going into the evidence room now. Because there's nothing else there. Is this a different evidence room? Weird. Oh, this is for the solved cases. The evidence room for the solved cases versus the unsolved ones, which are still in the police department. I get it now. It's quiet. The investigation must be over here. So, this is the evidence room. It really is kind of like a graveyard. Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue. Nice try, Mr. Wright, but you can't scare me. Ah! Whoa! Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal. So, is it true what I heard? Righto, please. Do I look like a selfish man? Go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's desire. Knock yourself out. Yeah, it's true. So, Chief of Police can't. Will loan anyone $50, even me? Oh, so that's what you were talking about. Actually, I was just put in charge of the investigation for today. Just for today? Boss for a day. But guess what? You got permission from the chief, so now you're the boss for today. Thanks. First of all, you'll want to have this. Scene of the stabbing of a detective at the police department. Oh, hold on. That was just a map. Okay. Could you take a look at this? This is the ID card record of the people who came in here on the day of the stabbing. Ah, I heard rumors. So it was Goodman who came in here at the time of the murder. Whoa! What is it? That second number. It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe? Mr. Edgeworth. What? The second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth. What? Why would Edgeworth have come to the evidence room? He wants us to pss. Wait. So he was here, and then he drove directly there. But also, Meekins was here. But also Bruce Goodman was here. This is so confusing. This is a very confusing case. Okay. Let's talk to him. So, Detective Gumshoe, your boss for the day? That's right. It's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department. But if you're boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings? They're using yesterday's findings to prepare for tomorrow's trial. In other words, he got kicked out of the investigation again. I'm adamant, though. I'm going to take control and put this case to rest. In my own evidence locker, pal. You have a locker in here too, Detective Gumshoe? Of course. I am a detective after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open up, pal. Only you can open? I'll always believe in Mr. Edgeworth, no matter what happens. So, Mr. Edgeworth is with the inquiry committee right now, right? They're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess in court today. I see. I guess this is what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case. That case? Yeah, that case. The SL9 incident, of course. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth. Maybe we can get him to tell us more about that. This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every locker is fixed that only one detective can open it. Using their ID card? Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can get lost. Why, I'm on my third card since entering the force already. That sounds like a lot. Yeah, but even I can't lose my own right hand. Right hand? Oh, you mean your fingerprint. Exactly, pal. The lock for each locker is coated with a fingerprint. So, the only locker we can open is our own. Funny, they look like normal lockers. These are the latest model. There's a trick to the handles, see? The handles? On the other side of the handles is a sensor, and if the wrong person touches it, you get a shot. If that's what happened, my hand would be black and smoking every day. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people in the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. So, not even the keycard would have mattered. Wow, look at this big pile of junk in the corner. It looks like a car door. There's a pair of handcuffs attached to the frame. Maybe the guy they caught was some sort of escape artist and he got away. Hey, that's one of those human profiles for range testing. He's been shot square in the forehead. Better than him than us. This place is stuffed with evidence and stuffed with dreams. I'm not so sure about the dream part. It won't open. Did you really think it would? Hey pal, our security is high-tech around here. Wait, why is that one still... There's something sticking out of here. Looks like a shirt. I guess it must be evidence for some case. I wonder if Detective Gumshoe put this here. There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of slob. I'm not responsible for the evidence here. That said, I bet that evidence locker was opened recently. How do you know? If you leave things hanging out like that, the evidence gets dirty or ripped. The guards check on that kind of stuff and notifies the detective responsible. How many times have I had him breathing down my neck about some silly evidence? Sounds like Detective Gumshoe leaves evidence hanging out of the lockers a lot too. I bet he doesn't tuck in his shirt under that trench coat either. If you're gonna talk behind someone's back, don't do it right in front of them, pal. Yeah, that was kind of messed up. Okay, how about this stuff? Wait a minute, I recognize that evidence! Some sort of bulky equipment is gathering dust here. What a sorry-looking fishing pole that is. Ah, that's my personal pole. I never did get around to using it. Wait, I've seen that somewhere before. Right, pal, that's the metal detector. The one that led to the solving of that case out on Gourd Lake, remember? Oh, right! Wow, that feels like it was ages ago. And, I don't think I've seen this one before. Oh, that's a bug sweeper. I'm sure it'll come in handy in solving some case sooner or later. That cheap-looking box? You can't judge a person or a machine by their cover. You gotta look at their heart. I agree. And the one with the biggest heart of all is Gumshoe. What is a saw and paint doing here? Since the dawn of time, true art has always been a war against oppression. True art? I noticed that there's blue and yellow paint here. Perhaps, perhaps we're witnessing the birthplace of the Blue Badger. Well, you might say this is my studio. Here in the evidence room? What's this? Blood? It's a little worn, but there's definitely a handprint here. It looks like someone tried to wipe it off. Mr. Wright, what if there are other bloodstains left in this room? Oh, we should use the luminol. But first... Oh, there we go. Wow, someone must have broken something big to make all these pieces. Detective Gumshoe, perhaps? There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of hooligan. That's apparently from the case. The case? What do you... Well... I'm confused. What do you mean, German? Another piece of the SL9 evidence. Take a closer look. I wonder what shape these pieces were in before whatever it was broke. Oh, yeah. You want to try to put it back together? Good luck, pal. There's no job for amateurs. Why, I spent a good 3 hours on that before I had to give up. That's why I always carry around a tube of glue. Well, this piece looks like the bottom. Let's try putting the rest in place. Whoa! It's a puzzle! Oh, I can rotate it. Okay, so that's the top for sure. Unless it's not the top. I think it is. Nope. Boom. Thank you so much. First of all, how dare you? Goodness. Nope, that's not it. Let's see here. I don't think that's it either. I think this is the one. Like that. Nope. What? I'm not very good at puzzles, as you can probably tell. There we go. Oh, and now it rotates. Okay. Huh? Well, I think we did it, but some of the pieces are missing. Yeah, I got that far too in 2 minutes myself. The problem is finishing it. Were some of the pieces stolen? I bet they were missing to begin with. Still, it doesn't look like the most stable kind of jar. I kind of understand how it got broken. Well, that was fun. If you put these pieces back together, it makes a jar. There are two things that are bothering me. Why are some of the pieces missing? And doesn't it look a little unstable? No wonder it broke. I'll make sure to remember that next time I make a jar. SL9. Someone left a glove here, but only one. Detective Gumshoe, maybe? There you go, pal. Making me out to be some kind of absent-minded detective. That's evidence from the case, you know. You mean SL9? Extremely thin rubber glove. Look, this one's open, and the red indicator light above the door is lit. That locker is coated with Detective Goodman's fingerprints. Detective Goodman's locker. Are you sure it's okay to just leave it open like that? Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if we closed it. It's empty. They must have taken the contents elsewhere. Well, I guess that's that. Now we just, do our good old luminol testing. I knew it! This is someone's right handprint. What? What's the matter, Detective? This locker, it's mine. It's yours. Please. You have to help me. When they come to take me away, promise you'll testify that I wouldn't harm a fly. You'll do that for me, won't you, pals? This is an important clue. I'll jot it down on the floor plans. I'm counting on you guys. Believe me, you can't trust the police. What? But you're a detective. Oh. That must have been one massive pool of blood. Never seen anything like it. I'm not a professional. What's your opinion, Detective? Pale blue blood. Maybe, Detective Goodman was actually an alien? This proves that something really happened in front of the locker. I'll make a note of it on the floor plan. Hey, if you didn't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked. Exactly. I hate it when someone asks my opinion and then, like, totally disregards it. It's one of my pet peeves. Yep, doesn't look like there's anything else here. Cool. Damn. Alright. Allow me to say one thing, speaking as a detective. If I see a piece of evidence I know nothing about, I say nothing. That's fine. You bet it is, pal. Detective Goodman's note and the switchblade. I bet Edgeworth was the most surprised of anyone. Because of the SL9 connection? That was Mr. Edgeworth's first big case, 2 years ago. That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared. But why would evidence from that case turn up now? I guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there are some loose ends left on that case. Yeah, we already did this part. I like that the music changed again. Now, that was a bloody violent case. Violent? So it was a murder? A serial killing? A serial killing? Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all. But the killer made a mistake, and Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that to nab him. And this was 2 years ago? That put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight and started the rumor mill. Rumors about forged evidence? It was supposed to be all cleaned up with the transferal the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is.
Huh? What do you mean?
Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SL9 incident.
So that switchblade.
The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself? Interesting. You can't open the lockers if your fingerprint doesn't match. If you can open it, they'll give you 50 cents.
Note, the police department lacks faith in its lock system.
After all, Detective Goodman was stabbed here after opening his locker. But at the same time, he was found dead over at the prosecutor's office.
I feel like we should go over to,
Yeah, maybe you would know more. The sheriffs back in the Wild West didn't place much faith in evidence. Oh, that's right. Alright. I thought he would know about it, since he was on the case. Oh, that's that. Alright. I really feel like there isn't anything to present to him. I guess he's right. I should go over to, Nope, he's still not in. What more could I be missing, I wonder? Dang. Well, where should we begin? The mystery of the victim, I guess. How could one man, Detective Goodman, be killed in two places simultaneously?
Oh, well, you see,
Well, we were just there.
darn.
Maybe we missed something there then. Did we spray this side yet? I sprayed the other side. Oh, that's not what I wanted.
Huh. Why am I getting a reaction here?
There's no reason for the murderer to touch this spot if he fled out the door. This just might be something significant. Hey, that's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal.
What, this? It's called luminol testing fluid.
Where'd you get your hands on that?
Huh?
I'd like to get some too. I'll just borrow $50 from the chief. Where did you get this, Emma?
I always buy it by mail order.
Well, I'd better jot this down on the floor plans. Hey pal, look at the time. Was there something you needed to be going to? It's just that Mr. Edgeworth's inquiry committee should be letting out soon. I'm going to give them my report for the day. It might help, you know.
Report? You mean the note written on the back of that flyer?
The one that says nothing but no problems. Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking about. I'm sure he can use a report like this. I believe in him.
Who needs enemies when you got a friend like Detective Gumshoe?
I'm off, pal. Later.
I should probably see what Edgeworth has to... Now we go there. Goodness, I was one singular thing short. It's you, what the hell?
Oh, guess. My apologies.
Oh, it's you.
Have we met somewhere?
Huh?
Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave. So long.
Is Edgeworth here? There, standing by the window, a teacup in his hand.
Right.
Yes, the hotel bring him tea service? Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry?
I am. By the way,
Detective Gumshoe was looking for you.
ah, yes. He brought me the latest information, it seems.
Really? Was it helpful?
Apparently, a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he was trying to console me somehow.
The real info is on the other side, Edgeworth. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him. So, how did the inquiry committee go?
Actually, they decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation.
Concealing evidence?
Yes, apparently there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. Again.
Again?
I've heard them say that so many times, ever since that case 2 years ago.
Are you okay for the trial tomorrow?
Well, I'm still the presiding prosecuting attorney, however.
Something happened?
They gave control over to the police department for the investigation.
The police department?
Yes, any further investigation for this case will be directed by Chief of Police Gant. I can do nothing but wait for his results.
I see.
Why, I ask you, why? All along I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still...
Wow, I've never seen him this out of sorts.
Right, please, I'm the prosecutor on this case. You don't expect me to sit here and discuss the case with you over a cup of tea. I'll pass on the tea, just tell me about the case.
Mr. Wright, Mr. Edgeworth told you no, in a very polite manner.
Whose side are you on, anyway? Maybe if I just show him my best evidence, I can get some reaction. Oh, right, I better check this now. As I was saying, What's this? A record of the ID card usage. Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less.
Yes, that's true. But why, Mr. Edgeworth?
Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go, by Chief Gant, no less.
The chief of police?
He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. But it was solved, right? It would have to be if the evidence was already filed. The chief is never one to explain himself. In any evidence, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here.
Can I ask what kind of case it was?
I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case. Now I'm curious about this other case. I'd better make a note of it. Stubborn as always. I told you, this has nothing to do with the current case. Alright, I think we're out of options now. Unless I present this itself. Nope. Huh. I mean, the ID card record worked, so maybe the ID will. No. What about the note? Oh shit. I know you. You've probably got a hold of some information already, right? It all has to do with that case you were on, the SL9 incident, and some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in. You are the man who revived the worst memory of my life. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. He must be talking about his father's murder in that elevator. Okay, Edgeworth. Why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was the deputy chief of police at the time, Damon Gant. That wacky old kook was involved in this case 2 years ago too then. He was a top officer, and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous.
Wow, you get nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth?
What I want to know is why a deputy chief of police was on the investigation. In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict, and the killer was executed. Wait, you didn't? Of course not. I didn't even touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code, and I follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something.
M- My sister? What?
If you are still studying forensic science.
Huh? Yeah, of course. Why, just today Mr. Wright and I were using, luminol.
Luminol testing fluid. Well then, you might have use for this.
Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints?
It's been chemically treated for better adhesion.
For me? Are you sure? We are the enemy, you know.
I've no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Edgeworth, I'm really... No need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprint files for everyone involved. Thanks. How about giving these to Detective Gumshoe as well? Recovers fingerprints from handprints for comparison with fingerprint files. I do seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere. Why is he being so helpful? To think that this guy used to hate us, and now he's like our best friend. Our investigation turned up a suspicious handprint.
Here, and this blood on the detective's evidence locker.
Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed.
Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger.
A finger?
Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. So let's choose the finger that will have left behind the clearest print.
I really can't tell the difference at a glance.
Quit procrastinating.
Probably this one?
Okay, now it's time to check for prints. Let me show you how it's done.
Emma's starting to get that sparkle in her eyes again.
First, we sprinkle the aluminum powder.
Huh? How do you do that?
With the A button. See?
Ah. It looks like that did the trick.
The aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well and spread, just blow it away.
Huh? How do I do that?
With the X button. Exciting, I know. Imagine you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. See?
Wow. That looks fun. It might take some getting used to, though.
It's fine. It won't go up your nose or anything. You just pour the powder on thick and blow away the extra. Those are the basics.
I guess I better give it a try.
Aha! You did it! You found one!
But this looks nothing like a fingerprint.
Now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't.
What does it mean?
It, I think it means we're out of luck.
Out of luck?
They must have worn gloves.
Don't tell me we've been wasting our time.
Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes in scientific investigations. But it does seem like a shame. While we're at it, why don't we look for others?
Other prints? Oh, there's one right next to it. What is that? Is it still not clear enough?
Yay, a print is so clear, it's dazzling.
Dazzling.
Uh, uh, anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away.
So we're not done yet? This is quite a process.
Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who its owner is, right?
I guess she's right.
Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edgeworth, and point out the person you think left it behind.
Huh? How am I supposed to know who it is?
I could make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprints are in different places, right? That means the prints probably don't have anything to do with Arcades. So, whose fingerprints would we most likely find on this evidence locker?
Well, it's not yours. Not yours. Not yours. Pretty close. No match found. Really?
Huh.
Come on, how am I supposed to guess whose they are? If you're so sure who it is, why don't you match the fingerprints?
Mr. Wright, I was doing this for your benefit so you'd learn.
Fine, fine. Let me think. Oh no.
Aha! So, these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Well, I mean, it is his locker.
I guess it's because I was thinking, so what?
Okay, so we came up with nothing this time, but there's always next time. You gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright.
Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there was one other handprint in this room. Well, now we know how to do it. Is that not how to do it? Oh. Am I doing something wrong? Examine. Nope, wrong thing. Oh, while we're here, the tag says AI-16.
What's that got to do with anything?
Nothing, apparently. At least that's what Edgeworth said.
Huh. That makes it seem all the more suspicious. Who knows? This might turn out to be the clue that breaks the case.
Wouldn't that be nice?
AI-16. Okay.
Nope. Oh, wait. There's a button. Nope. Hold on. I'll figure this out. Hold on. How do I use this thing again? Oh, there's the X button right on the thing. Okay, it says spray. So, if I go over here... Nope. Do I have to spray it first? I feel like I'm missing something. This is where the luminol fluid reacted, right?
Right, so there was a handprint here. Okay, want to try using this? There we go, we figured it out.
Check for prints.
That's the spirit. Oh, but I have to warn you about something first.
What?
The area with the blood was wiped away, right? We only ended up finding it using chemical means. Any prints that are in the area will have been wiped away too.
Oh, right. So that means no prints.
Would you say the probability of your hypothesis is high?
Don't ask me.
Anyway, we must try to find prints that weren't wiped away.
Prints other than the ones left behind by the bloody handprint? So the metal finger? Uh... Oh, apparently it let me touch the nothing area. Hey, we found something. Alright. That looks pretty similar. No. Jeez, I really thought that was it. Oh, that's exact. Okay. That's a self. These are always going to be exactly it. No rotations. Hey, these fingerprints,
Whose are they? Whose? Is it someone I know?
It's Officer Marshall.
Huh? Officer Jake Marshall?
Found on a bloody handprint left in the evidence room. Print has been wiped.
That's gotta be a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime.
Emma, this is decidedly different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. The luminol reaction, the blood and the fingerprints are in the same place.
Oh. Oh.
So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a wiped blood stain.
But why would Officer Marshall...
It looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. I guess this is what you'd call decisive evidence.
I don't believe it.
Alright.